likewise. Good to hear from you, too, as well. We rarely do get a chance to chit-chat before the net, but you have great signal. How's the weather up there? Oh, that's interesting. I would love to. That's fascinating. Oh, that's great. I'll be standing by KD6. That's okay.
Okay. A minute late or something. QRZ to Bozo Net 222, K6MYC beaming over into Santa Cruz in the Bay Area, K6MYC Bozo Net. Yeah, KD6S okay. Good evening, Fred. Let me get the antenna up a little bit more on you. That should be a little better. Let's see, 7, there we go. Something like that should be better, Fred. KD6S okay. 507 K6MYC. Give us your Bozo number so Judy can hear it, Fred.
Okay, good evening to Mike and Judy. Bozo number is 507. And you got a great signal in Sevier here in the Cupertino. Really excellent. So, got good conditions on 222 tonight. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, okay. Very good, Fred. Yeah, she got 507 from you, Fred. Thank you. Little wavery, little watery, not as strong as I've heard you, but readable. So good signal, Fred. And we were just watching the hard to watch, but I had to keep taking the non-vomit pills, but I managed to watch it. We're kind of waiting to hear from what Biden got to say, but they're holding him till he won't be on till 8 or 9 in our time here tonight for some reason. I don't know. They were going to put him on the ticket first, and then they changed it, and now they put him on last. So Hopefully he's still alive by the time they get there. Anyway, what's up with you over there? You take one, and then we'll see who else is in here. I'll go down to Santa Cruz and see if KW6S is there as well. KD6S, okay. Cupertino, okay. 6MYC.
Oh, not much to report. Don't watch that stuff, so I'd rather play radio. So, anyway, good to hear you. I'll say 7-3 and I'll listen out. 86S, okay?
Okay, very good, Fred. Good evening to you. And let me just see, once the Bay Area, Bozo Nets, I can swing down to you, Tom, if you're in there. KW6S, are you there? KW6S, KW6 Sugar, K6MYC. Are you copying us there, Fred? Tom? Okay, doesn't look like Tom's there yet tonight, so we'll go back to the Bay Area.
K6MYC, KW6S.
Oh, there you are. I just turned the antenna away from you. KW6S, this should be closer. K6MYC, give us your Bozo number there, Tom, over.
K6MYC, this is KW6S, 610.
You got it. Thank you. And how are you doing over there? Everything nice weather today? It got a little bit warmer here today, but not bad.
Yeah, it was a little bit warmer, and I've got some construction work. We're getting some landscaping stuff done in the backyard, and so everything is ripped up here, and it will go back together nicely at some point, but tearing a lot of stuff down, and everywhere I look there's a pile of stuff that needs to get hauled to the dump, so little by little we'll get that taken care of. Otherwise, yeah, not too much else going on here.
Okay, very good. I guess you never did hear from Lee from the other night. Of course, he will not be in here tonight, but maybe we'll catch Lee on there tomorrow night and Thursday. Hopefully he'll be in those 2 nights anyway. So anyway, we'll let you go and rest up from your landscaping endeavors there. We're continually doing that. We did spend some time down, was that this morning or yesterday we fixed the watering system? Yesterday, yeah. We didn't do anything today. we sat around here and thought we were going to get something done, and by the time we got ready to do something, it was 1 o'clock, and then we went to get the mail, and then it was 2 o'clock. It was time to get in the pool, and so much for the day. That was it. And then we jumped over at 4 o'clock to start to watch whatever's coming out of Chicago, which is a big question mark. I fell asleep for the first hour or so because it was nothing going on. I couldn't figure out what they were doing. And then it was quite a surprise to have Kamala open the show there, I guess, or start to open the show. Nobody expected her to speak until later. Anyway, who knows, but nothing else is new here. 7-3, Tom, good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow, or later, I guess, later tonight on 6. By golly, I forgot about 6 meters. I'm all tuned up and ready to go, but it is pointed toward Nevada at the moment. KW6S for your final, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, Lee did not check into our local 10-meter net here. I'll fire him off an email and try to get him going. So we needed to talk about him so I can tell him we talked about him. And what else was going on? Yeah, I'll be on 6 meters later if it doesn't go too much past 9 o'clock. So we'll be listening for that. And otherwise, I'll catch you tomorrow night if I miss you later. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, okay, well, we want to be out of here by 9 o'clock, too, or close to it. So we'll do the best we can to finish this thing up quickly. 7-3 for now. K6MYC clear with KW6S until later. K6MYC going into the Bay Area. Bay Area, Bozo Net. K6MYC standing by. I don't think we'll hear Ed tonight. He's probably glued to the TV set there. Anybody else in the Bay Area? 222, please, over.
WA6AXX.
Oh, is there? Oh, tore yourself away, did you? Okay. Give us your number for Judy, over.
Yeah, number is 773, WA6AXX 773. Yeah, I'm going to watch it later. I'm recording it. I'm going to watch it a little bit later. Got my Harris Walls lawn sign day, and I put it up. It's up next to my flagpole that is flying the American flag. So I'm looking forward to the election. Really looking forward to the election. So back to you, K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Okay. Very good. Well, we'll see you probably, if we get done here quickly, maybe we'll even catch over on 6. We'll try to get over on 6 before. I think Biden's due to speak somewhere around 9 o'clock, but they've changed the schedule from the beginning, so we don't know what they're doing there.
They're canceling some speakers.
Oh, they're canceling some speakers so they can get Biden on in time, probably so he doesn't fall asleep. It's past his bedtime already. All right. Thanks, Ed. And maybe stick around for a moment and see if there's anybody else in here. Very, very quiet this evening. I expect it's going to be a very quick net here. Okay, WA6AXX, Los Gatos, K6MYC, QRZ, Bozo Net, taking check-ins for 222, Bay Area. Very quiet.
Remember, it's 3 hours later there.
Is Chicago 3 hours behind us?
Oh, no, 2 hours, sorry.
Yeah, I thought so. They say 11, so that puts him in here at 9.
They want him in prime time.
Yeah, something like that. For his last hurrah, huh? Okay. Good enough. Well, we'll see you perhaps if we can get in here quick enough on 6. Maybe you'll have time to throw a quick check-in over this way. I suspect things will be going pretty quick tonight. 7-3 for now. Okay, WA6AXX, K6MYC. One more listen for anybody in the Bay Area for 222, please. Over. Okay, nothing heard. I'm going on up to Oakley. Let me go get some Oakley here. Not oak leaves, but Oakley. And see if N6RO is in there. N6 Radio Oscar, if you can tear yourself away, K6MYC.
Oh, yeah. I'm torn away, as usual. K6MYC, N6RO, Cannon, Oakley, Bozo 835.
Yeah, thank you. Very good. It was a little warmer today by about a degree. I think we pushed around 90-something, 91, 92. I don't know how hot it really got, but we did go in the pool. And it finally warmed up, but it was a very nice morning, very cool all morning till about 11 before we had to close up the house. So can't complain. It gets a chance to get some fresh air in the house that's not processed. Of course, swamp cooler air isn't got very much processing to it. N6 Oscar, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, fine. It was a nice day here. Also, high was 86, I believe. And dinner is going to be leftover fish, salmon and mahi-mahi from a couple days ago. See you on 6.
Okay, very good. We had orange roughy fish for dinner. It was very good. Asparagus, a big glorious salad that my son put together, and some nice green, little tiny baby asparagus shoots, and some orange roughy. So, excellent dinner. And so that was our day. We started out the day.
Fantastic, as usual.
Yeah, Judy says fantastic as usual. Matt always pulls off a big one there, over.
Okay. Yum, yum on that salad. I use romaine, parts of romaine, and put different additions to it. Sometimes chunks of fish or cheese, just to dress it up a bit. Anyway, my monitor's on. So see you on 6 meters.
Yeah, see you on 6. Matt garnished his with, we had slices of tomato, and garnished his with little balls of cheese, those little tender, very light tasting balls of cheese, about 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Have you ever had those?
Yum, yum, yum.
You betcha. Yeah, just a nice palate refresher, if you will. All right, see you on 6 later, Ken. and I think we'll try and finish up everything here by 9 o'clock. 73s, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC moving on up. Anybody else? How about the guys in Clear Lake? Are you hearing us? K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, this is K6WIS.
Okay, K6WIS. Let me move the antenna back a little bit. This might be better. Give me a little more chatter, Paul, and we'll see if you have any other check-ins, any relay check-ins for us. I'll go back to the Bay Area where the backscatter's a little better. K6 Whiskey India Sugar 637, K6MYC.
WIS, your signal dropped down. You're about a 4x1 right now. But I'm going to check in the usual suspects from Clear Lake. That would be KA6OSX and N1PPP. Over.
Okay, you want to give us their Bozo numbers for Judy? And you came way up. I did, must have had you in a null. Over.
Oh, that's much better. You're 5x6 now. I don't recall their boson numbers. I'd have to look those up. Over.
Oh, not a worry. I got them.
We got them.
Yeah, 336 is N1PPV 336, and Kent KA6OSX is 160. So thanks for those relays, Paul. And we'll be up your way, pointed in your direction. Next year, we're moving right off of the Clear Lake direction and heading right towards Sacramento. So you might want to try the direct path and see if we have anything there tonight on 222. But so far, excellent backscatter on 222 tonight. Over.
Oh, yes, you have an excellent signal now, Mike. So which azimuth are you pointed to? I'm actually pointed just 10 degrees south of the Bay Area right now, about 200 degrees for me. Over.
Well, who knows? I'm pointed at 300 degrees. 301 or something. 305 is where I'm at, so I'm higher than I should be. But I got there and you peaked way up, so I didn't change it. Normally you're better at 290, 295.
Okay, so a little bit further north tonight. But anyway, it's excellent propagation conditions. The Clear Lake folk signals are really good. In KA6OSX, he just has a vertical antenna and about 100 or 110 watts, but I was getting him 5x4. Normally it's 5x3. So an extra S unit in there for the Clear Lake folks. Over.
Yeah, okay, here we are in the normal direction, so this is even better. Over.
Oh, yes, you're almost speaking S7 now. Maybe just making S7, Mike. Over.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Well, it came up for me, and noticeably, I didn't look at the meter, but your audio came much more out of the noise for me. Not that you were buried in the noise, but the quieting effect was definitely there when I turned a little bit more. Probably could even squeeze a little bit more, but I didn't see any point to it. I got to go back towards Sacramento anyway. So here we go. Thanks much, and if you have time, we'll try to get you about 8:30, give or take 8:30, around 8:30 for 6 meters. Over.
Okay, right. I'll give 6 meters a go then. Over.
Okay, thank you. See you then. K6 Whiskey India Sugar 637-73, K6MYC going to Sacramento.
73 Mike, K6WIS clear and swinging to direct path.
Okay, here we are towards Sacramento. KJ6KFB, that would be you, Darren. KJ6KFB, I don't know if you're in there tonight or not with your smashing high power. K6MYC calling and listening. KJ6KFB. KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo, K6MYC. Are you around there, Darren? Okay, I'm shooting for you then, Bill. Haven't heard you for a few days. We've been messing up on the morning thing. We keep oversleeping. Time slots. And the light in the room is different, and I'm sleeping in. Anyway, KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta, if you're there, Bill, K6MYC. Okay, no bill. Anybody else before I go to Nevada for 222 K6MYC Bozo Net?
K6MYC, this is K6WY.
Any copy there, Mike, over?
Yeah, now that I moved the antenna up on you, it's very strong on the direct path also, Paul, over.
Oh, much better. Yeah, you went from an S1Q3 right up to S6-7Q5, over.
Yeah, about the same signal strength as we're getting on the bounce path, so very good. Got a little more flutter here. The direct path has always got more path distortion, if you want to call it that, than we get on that bounce path. The bounce path seems to be all above all that distortion creating terrain or whatever it is. Anyway, good signal here, Paul. K6WIS, K6MYC with a pause for anybody else. Nothing heard.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Yeah, you're actually peaking S9 now, so beautiful conditions tonight on 222. Anyway, 73s again, K6WI is clear.
Okay, thanks, Paul. All right, well, one more call. Anybody in the Sacramento area, plus or minus north or south of Sacramento, east or west of Sacramento? Anybody copying my voice? Check in now, please. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, 222 Bozo. Okay, I'm going to go to Nevada. Here we go. Okay, here we are up into Nevada. I'll call for N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, and KE7UQL, Kilo Echo 7 Uniform, Quebec, London, KE7UQL, K6MYC, calling and listening.
Okay, here is 272, KE7UQL, over.
Yeah, well, you're booming in, no problem. We got very, very good propagation, it seems, tonight. I don't know what's going to happen with the QSB, so you may just drop right out, but right now your armchair copy, Daniel, good to hear you. And Judy's got your 272, all okay. KE7UQL, Carson City area, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie.
Roger, thank you. I could even hear Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar. The propagation is very good tonight, over.
Yeah, it would be, yeah. Paul, if you're copying me on the side there, you might turn up and have a quick go with KE7UQL in Carson City. He's copying you pointed toward me, so he's hearing you on a backscatter path, but you might also have a direct path, Paul. K6WIS, K6MYC. Now, he may have already gone over to the 6 meters. You might want to give him a call there, Daniel, and see if he's hearing you, over.
Okay, Roger, thank you. This is Kilo Echo 7, Uniform Quebec, Lima. We're looking for Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar. Hello there, Paul. KE7UQL standing by. Okay, must have moved on. All righty. Well, we thank you for the check-in, and we don't have 6 meters up tonight, so we'll just say hasta la vista.
Okay, 7-3, and we'll see you tomorrow on 1296, hopefully. If the conditions hold like they are, we should have pretty good signals from you on 1296. Let's hope so. This is very good conditions tonight here on 222. Thank you, Daniel. And I don't think you've heard him or you would have mentioned it, but I'm going to call Larry a few times here. We got quite a bit of time, but I'm going to go to Nevada. I'm already pointed toward Nevada for 6 meters, so I'll be calling up that way. Hopefully we can get done with 6 meters very quickly. Everybody wants to watch the last of the first day of the Democratic convention, so I think Biden's going to come on for the farewell speech. I'm not all excited about it, but it might be worth listening to for what it's worth to see where his head is. and see if he's cognizant of where he is at that hour of night. We're not even sure if he knows where he's at. All right, 7-3 Daniel, KE7UQL, K6MYC. Good evening.
Roger, and we will see you on 1296. Don't worry about the time. Anything after 8 o'clock is good. And we'll say K6MYC, KE7UQL, 7-3.
7-3. And Larry, we're looking for you. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, Gardnerville, K6MYC, calling and listening. I don't think Larry's fired up the 220 rig for quite a while. I think he's not happy with its performance. Doesn't seem to be hearing well. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, calling and listening. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, calling and listening. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed, and then we'll slide over and start calling on 6 meters. Here we go, K6MYC. Okay, QRZ one more time into the Bay Area. Bay Area. Bozo Net 222. Late checks are missed. K6MYC, Central California, calling and listening.
going on there. Some of them. What's interesting to me is the expression on what's his name, Vice President candidate Walz's face there when the guy was talking about abortion. He looked seriously pained.
Well, he's all in favor of that. The last word we had today was that at one point in time there was as many as 4 babies that were born, and then they waited for them to die while the parents decided whether they wanted them or not. Over.
Yeah, that's a horrific thing, and he actually seemed uncomfortable with the speech, which makes me wonder what he really thinks.
Well, I think he's a very strange person. And very much to be, they didn't do a very good vetting job on him, because if you did a lot of vetting, you'd find out that the China connections there are so overwhelming that you wouldn't want this guy in the White House any way, shape, or form. Over.
Yeah, well, the scary thing is I don't think it matters. They could put up almost anybody, and the chances of them losing are 50-50 at best.
I heard some information today that let me know what was going. Even the New York Times and a few others, Washington Post and stuff, are catching on to the fact that the polls are very skewed, because they're not putting down the kind of people that they're interviewing in any kind of order. So the percentages of people that they're interviewing for the polls are very, very skewed to the Democratic side, so it makes the poll look a lot better than it is. But the McLaughlin report, I don't know if you heard that, but about 70 to 80% of the Democrat voters don't have any clue as to how Kamala Harris or Jim Walz think, or what their politics are, or what they believe in, or anything. Or what their history has been, and so on. So that's a very sad number right there. Over.
Yeah, well, the really sad thing to me is I don't think it matters much that they don't on either side, because I'm crossing my fingers and hoping our votes actually count.
Yeah, well, we're all doing that, but the Republicans certainly have taken a lot of pains. They have a volunteer team of over 150,000 people that are going to be watching as best they can for any little discrepancies in every state. 150,000 volunteers looking for voting irregularities and all the rest of that. So hopefully that, plus a lot of getting out the vote and early voting and doing everything within the legal parameters that we can do to get the vote to, even if it's voting early and ballot harvesting and all the rest of it, as long as it's legal, when some of that is, that is going to be done by the Republicans this time, when it was never done before. So hopefully we've got a good chance of keeping this fairly honest. Over.
Yep, I surely hope so. Yeah, I got an email today from the registrar of voters in our county, and we now have a polling place in my valley, which we didn't have at the last at the primary elections. They didn't, and so I wrote them an email saying, hey, how come there's no polling place here in our valley? There's been one here for the last 10 years that I've lived here. And oh, well, we didn't have anything that met the ADA requirement. But we've got something we're working on, and we'll try to have something by the. So I asked again today, and said, well, we finally got the contract signed, and we have a polling place in your area. And you guess what it is? It's the same polling place that we've had here for the last 10 years I've lived here. And so it makes me wonder, if we would have a polling place if somebody didn't speak up and complain.
Well, you have to at this point in time in the parade of what's going on in the world, we have to be vocal, I'm afraid, even though some of us would rather not talk about this stuff publicly or otherwise. But I think it has to be brought out and has to be discussed and stuff. So anyway, I don't have any qualms about it, and I don't have any particular. I'm not going to try and piss off anybody, but I think everybody knows where I stand. And I'm not trying to hide it. And I'm not trying to ram my ideas down anybody else's throat. If they want to believe that way, they can. But I just can't. I can't see how they can watch what's going on in the world and come to those conclusions and make those decisions. But anyway, that's another story. Anyway, great to hear you, Richard. I didn't hear Larry on 222, and of course, Daniel doesn't have anything on 222 tonight, he said. So it's either Larry or you. So have you heard anything from Larry? Can you buzz him on 222, over?
Yeah, he's here. I just pulled him up on 223 FM.
Okay. And you can tell him I'm still, well, I can point up his way again on 222, so I can work him on that band. We had a very short list tonight on 222. So, Larry, I wonder if you're copying me here on 6 meters. Richard's been very steady and very loud here. KN7 Whiskey Tango and the group K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC and 7WT returning. Yeah, I guess I'm getting here late. Usually you don't get here till after 8 o'clock, so I came out at 8 and I was listening to some of that politics and what have you. So anyway, that's just a second here. I got to mute myself and mute you. I come out here at about 8 o'clock. Usually I can work you right after 8, and you're already finished. Came over here on 6 meters and heard you talking to Richard. And, as soon as he keyed up the radio, I told him I was here. So anyway, there you have it. K6MYC and 7WT.
Okay, Larry, very good. Did you want to go over to 222 quickly and give me a call?
Well, if you want, I can do that. See if you can hear me, over.
Yeah, we've got a minute or so. Let me rotate the antenna that way, and I'll call you here. If you can do that, I'll call you here when I'm ready to listen toward your. But we had very good conditions. Daniel was loud, over.
Yeah, roger. All right, we'll stand by for your call.
Roger. Okay. I'll give it a try here. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT. You won't hear him except through this speaker over here. Let me turn this down. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango. Let's see if we got propagation. K6MYC, over. N7WT. Yeah, I'm transmitting here. N7 Whiskey Tango. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango. Gardnerville, K6MYC, calling on 222 and standing by, over. I'm going to talk on both radios at the same time, and I'm going to let go of 6. I'm letting go of 6 now, and I'm continuing to talk on 222.
Yeah, I just anything on 222. I just hear you on 6 meters, over.
KB6RQU, this is KM6SRR with K6MYC, all standing by there. Go ahead, Rick. Nothing heard. I'll wait a little longer. KM6SR.
Thanks for the 220. N7 Whiskey Tango Gardnerville, K6MYC 73.
Okay, it finally came up to 5 and 7, but my radio, for some reason, I keep playing very noisy. So anyway, we'll say 7-3, see you back on 6, and 7WC.
Roger, and we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow night as well on 1296, probably around 8 o'clock, plus or minus.
Okay, you're just now, you're 5 and 9. Great signal now. 7-3, 5 and 9, and 7WC.
7-3, see you on 6. Okay, good evening to you, Rob. Did you get Rob in there? KM6SRR 432 is on 6 meters here. Say something to Judy, Rob.
Well, hi, Judy. Long time no hear. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo, number 432. Over.
Okay, we got you. She said thank you very much, Rob. And you might want to point, if you're pointed toward Nevada, you can also say hello to to Larry and to Richard. They're both coming in very nicely from Nevada. Over.
Okay, I was still down here towards Rick. I thought I'd hang for a bit. You want me to, or you want me to go up to Nevada? Over.
Well, we always start at Nevada here. If you want to call Rick, if he's not there right away, then I would go on up to Nevada, and I'll stay here because we got a little time to kill. Over.
Okay, KB6 RQU. You on tonight, Rick, for the 6-meter Bozo Net? Over.
Stand by, Nevada. We'll be with you in a minute again. Rob's finishing up toward the south.
Roger, and 7WC.
I'm not hearing Rick, so I'm going to go up to Nevada, Mike. KM6SRR.
Okay, Rob is rotating now. We'll come up in about 30 seconds in your direction there. Anyway, sounding good. Nice signal. You picked way up, very strong on 222. I don't know what was wrong in the beginning when you said you didn't hear me at all, Larry. What was going on there? Over.
Yeah, just conditions. You were just in the noise level, and I could tell you were there, but as you talked, it got stronger and stronger and stronger. Finally, it was 5-9 plus, and then you were clear.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't have any fading at all on Daniel. He was rock solid the whole time, and we talked back and forth about 5 transmissions. So no fading at all of any note, nothing major. So it was kind of funny. Anyway, Richard, take another transmission, and then we'll get, by that time, Rob will be up in your direction, and you can turn it over to KM6 Sugar Radio. KD6BQ, Wassa Valley, 249, K6MYC.
K6MYC, 6BQ, number 249. Yeah, signal will drop a little bit, not as loud as it were. Hopefully you're still copying me reasonably well. And, the signals have been great here on 6. It's nice to be able to chat for a little bit. And we'll say hello to Judy, that I presume is sitting there in the room with you and keeping the records for us. We appreciate that. So with that, we'll pass on our 73, and unless you got more time to kill, and we'll keep talking, but don't want to tie it all the way up here. K6MYC, KD6BQ.
Yeah, well, you were down the whole time, but you were Q5 for me with the Bluetooth, but I'm not sure Judy could copy all that because of the noise bursts. I still get a little bit gringe noise from my solar friend over here, even in this direction toward you guys, so copy was a little rough for her, but I got everything okay. Yeah, and it was nice to have a chat without being on a time frame. Good to have a few extra minutes there.
Is that Richard?
Yeah, that was Richard. It was kind of weak there. We've got him checked in already. That's 249. And I'm going to shoot it over to Larry now. Larry, let's see if it's up or down for you. It seems to be quite a bit of QSB between you and me. N7 Whiskey Tango 657 K6MYC.
Okay, yeah, you're starting to come up a little now. You went clear down almost into the noise. I copied 100%, but you're got real way down to the noise. Anyway, we're about done here. We'll kick it back to you, and you can if you're copying me okay now. Has it come up all right, over?
Yeah, you're fine. You've got some other kind of funny noise in the background. Do you have another radio on, or maybe you've got some some artifacts that are getting into the audio. I don't know if Richard can help you with that or not, but it's pretty loud. Over.
Unfortunately, I forgot to mute your streaming, and it was KM6SRR was on that talking, and at the same time, so I had to mute the streaming, and that's why you shouldn't be hearing it now. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's gone now for the most part. Very good. No problem. Okay, well, let's you guys go, and of course tomorrow night we'll look for you and Daniel on 1296 somewhere around 8 o'clock to between 8 o'clock and 8:15. Hopefully we'll be there pretty early. I think the nets are a little shy these days because of the Democratic convention. We'll probably lose a few listeners or a few checker-inners. Aye. 73, Larry, 73's to you, Richard. I'll give it to you, Larry, and you can turn it over to Richard if you guys are hearing each other there. N7WT, Gardnerville, K6MYC, clear, and standing by for your final, Larry.
N7WT, KM6SRR.
0 right now, but 25.
I'm sorry, Rob.
You, and then over to you, Richard. KD60Q and 7WT.
Listen up for Rob there. Go ahead, Rob.
For me now, Mike. N7WT, this is KM6SRR. Larry, how you doing?
Oh, Rob, yeah, you're right to say about 5-0, 5-1. The band's down at the moment for me. So anyway, let's say thanks for the contact, and let me turn it over to Richard, and he can give you a report. Go ahead, Richard, N7WT.
Yep, thanks, Larry. Good evening, Rob. Good evening there with you, Mike. And signals are down a bit right now. Hopefully you're copying me, but last heard, Rob, you were about a 5-2 up here, 52 over.
You get that, Rob? Richard gave you a 5-2.
Okay, yeah, I heard Larry was in there, but I could only make out a couple words. Then I heard a deeper voice, which was probably Richard. So I'm just not hearing good tonight, I guess. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate KM6SR.
Yeah, well, Richard's only running, 100, 150 watts on this band, right, Richard?
Negative, we're running 500 watts.
Oh, 500 watts here. Okay, well, Rob is not hearing you very well. He could tell you were in there. He could hear your voice, but no readability, and it may be just down for him at the moment. All right, 7-3. We'll see you on Wednesday, Richard, and Larry, hopefully we'll see you on 1296 tomorrow. 7-3. Have good days. KM6SRR with KD6BQ signing, and N7WT, K6MYC now going to Sacramento.
Yeah, by the way, you're up to 5 and 6 now. Real strong signal, Mike. And the band was just down for Rob. We'll say 7-3. We'll see if we can hear you on 1296 tomorrow. N7WT, 7-3.
Okay. So 759 for Julie. Okay. So everything is up and running tonight. Over.
Yes, it sure is. I got it pretty close to you now. This should be pretty close. Is that better?
Oh, you were just fine when you were working in Nevada.
Yeah, it's very good conditions on all the bands so far this evening. 222 is very loud as well. Anyway, good evening to you. And of course, we got our fingers crossed. I don't see any reason with your system as good as it was the week before on 430 on 1296 that we shouldn't have any problem. I don't know if you've had time to get the amplifier mounted up on the tower, but at least at this point. KR6MR, Meadow Vista, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Mining the amplifier is going to be quite an ordeal. I've got some of the stuff built. I don't have the waterproof box yet to put it in. It will be quite hopefully I'll do a small article on it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's working very well the way it is, so if you're hearing me, that's the main thing. That's good. And I certainly heard you with no problems. All right, let's see. I'll let you go. I haven't heard Bill. Have you heard Bill for the last couple of days? Over?
Negative. I have not.
Okay, well, maybe he's in there now. He was not on 222. And I missed the last 3 days. I've been really bad getting up. The lights changed in the mornings, and I'm just waking up like I wouldn't wake up this morning till 8:30. So I woke up early. I was up at dawn, and the light was just there at 6 o'clock, but I wasn't about to get up at 6. So we fell back to sleep. Anyway, 7-3, John, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow, hopefully. I'll be looking forward to that one. KR6MR, K6MYC, standing by for KO6KD.
WB6ISO.
Okay, WB6 what?
Whiskey Baker number 6, India, Sugar Station.
Oh, WB6ISO. Boy, I must be not pointed quite at you, Richard. I mean, Dennis, you're very weak. Much weaker than John, and that's unusual. So it's probably me. I'm just not pointed your way. I'm still pointed a little bit more toward John there. Let me get down your way a little bit here. Take a transmission.
Yeah, no problem. Like I said, it was just getting here and just got in from working out there in the back. And you're sticking it down here. You're 5'7", 5'8", but I could hear you just fine, and I heard John on there a few minutes ago. Anyway, just want to get checked in first time here on 6 meters. Got the antenna up and hopefully get it working. WB6ISO Bozo 86.
Okay, well, I'm pointed right at you now. Hopefully this will bring my signals up, but it did not improve you, only because when I point your way, I get more of the noise from my solar partner down the road here. So he's tearing you up, but I got solid copy. No problem at all, and I could tell that the signal's coming up, Dennis. Sounds good. Thanks for 86. Do you have any other relay check-ins, Dennis? Over.
No other check-ins. Everything else is just fine here, and very pleasant to be into Judy, and I appreciate getting checked in first time you're on.
KO6 DHI.
We just got the new.
Roger, Merle, stand by.
I get everything dialed in. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Pleasant good evening. We will catch you on 2 mixers on the next time around. WB6ISO. Over.
Okay, fine, Dennis. Solid copy, but Judy wanted to say we had an enjoyable conversation with you last night when we were talking about old age. She got a kick out of that, and we talked about that off and on today, making jokes about old age and what goes along with it. Dennis, over.
Yeah, Roger, do understand, and a very, very pleasant good evening to you, Judy. I hope everyone's doing fine. Quick question to Judy. How was the weather down there in Fresno area? Was it a little bit cooler over?
I think the weather here today was about 90-something, 95 or so. It wasn't real hot, but it wasn't real cool either. Over.
Okay, well, it was a little bit cooler anyway. That's better than 110s and everything else that you normally get down in that Fresno area. All right, thank you, Mike. Do appreciate it. I'll get out of the way. I know there's other check-ins there. Thank you very much. You take care. Have a pleasant evening to you and to Judy. WB6ISO.
Yeah, Roger. Very good, Dennis. 7-3 for now. Let me just call Merle. Hang on just a second. Let me just see. KO6KD, I should say. KO6KD. I wonder if you're there, Bill. K6MYC, Bozo, 6 meter. Okay, nothing heard. So, Merle, go ahead and take a transmission. Pretty good signal. I'm not quite pointed at you, but close enough. KO6 DHI, Delta Hotel India, I believe. All of a sudden, I had a mental blank on the signal. Give us your Bozo number as well, Merle. K6MYC. Over.
Good evening, Mike and Judy. Yeah, KO6DHI. Donut Hunters International, as I always say. The Bozo is 1134, 1134. And you're making a really good trip up here tonight. You're almost 20 over on me.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Of course, I'm running power. That's about 1,500 going out of the amplifier here in your direction, so. And then, of course, into a 9-element 50-foot long boom Yagi at 100 feet. We should have a pretty good signal there. Sometimes the conditions don't don't give us all we should be able to get, though. In any case, you're booming in here as well. Judy copied it easily, and good to hear you. And it sounds like you got the 6-meter system working pretty well. It may pay off for you if we start to get some F2 later on in the season, somewhere starting in late September, early October. We should be able to start getting some worldwide skip here, just like 10 meters. It can do that, and you can work all over the world on 6. So having the 4-element up there and hopefully rotatable will pay off for you. Maybe you'll have some fun this fall with it. And there's a VHF contest, too. You'll get a chance to stretch your wings a little bit coming up in the early part of September. You might Google or look at the ARRL website and see when the September VHF contest is. Just say ARRL VHF September contest, and it'll tell you what the dates are. Over.
QSL. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. And I've had a blast, absolutely a blast this weekend. Brett and I were absolutely hammering them on 20 and 40 meters. I did on 20 meters and did France and Chile and all over the place. And even made a couple contacts on 17 meters and 15 meters. I've been having an absolute blast, but I still love 6 meters the best. I love 10 meters, but 6 I've really gotten addicted to because it's a lot harder to work. And I'm looking forward to the skip opening up on that for me. I've already made some contacts up in Washington on it, and yeah, it's really easy. I just swing the house around to it, you know, and I've been having a blast. I think it's the best band out there. Back to you, Mike.
Well, certainly the most challenging because it has all kinds of propagation. That's why they call it the magic band. It goes from being a true VHF with no skip anywhere to worldwide communications. And right now we're at the peak of the sunspot cycle, so if there's going to happen, if we're going to get an F2, it's going to happen this fall and this next spring. So keep an eye on it, and we'll try to keep you informed of what's going on. The international calling frequency on phone is 50.110, 110. The national calling frequency, of course, is 50.125 for our country. And a lot of times the foreigners will come up on 125 and call as well. But the international DX window or calling frequency for phone is 110. And then below that is the CW part of the band. Don't know whether you do CW or not. And of course there's always FT8, but I'm not really thrilled, and I don't think you are either. Thank you, Merle. Good to hear you. Good signal. And we'll catch up with you on the other bands probably Wednesday on 2 meters. K06DHI, K6MYC, 73.
72. Okay, Mike.
One more time there, Mike.
K06DGJ. By then, so we'll catch you later. K06DHI.
Okay, very good, Merle. 73, Frank, we've got you. 72. Who was the other station that called in? Please go ahead again.
Yeah, I was just rechecking there with you there, Mike. WB6ISO. Yeah, I guess you moved right here this way. You're 10 over 9. Just want to give you that real quick report over.
Well, there was 2 of you talking, and you didn't end up with your call sign, so I didn't know who I'm talking to. Go ahead. Somebody that wanted a quick report.
Yes, Sugar Ocean.
WB6ISO, you want another report, Dennis?
Yeah, I was just giving you a quick report that if you moved your antenna this way, you're 5.9 plus. Just want to give you that real quick report. Very, very loud over.
Okay, well, I haven't moved the antenna since I turned toward you a long time ago, over.
Oh, okay. Well, it was just the band changed on it or whatever, but no, you're really, really loud up here. Sounding very, very good. Thank you much. Appreciate it. I'll get out of the way. WB6ISO. I'm only running 100 watts here.
Okay, 7-3. Was there somebody else in there before I pick up W6BBS? Was there anybody else?
Whiskey Baker 6, Golf Yankee, Bozo 883, WB6GGY.
Yeah, WB6GGY 884. Good evening to you, Phil. Stand by. There's still one other that's calling there. Let me see who that is. Who's the other station that just called in? I have WB6GGY. And everybody, but I didn't get you. K6MYC. Who was the other one?
Kilo at Oscar 6 Delta Golf Juliet.
Okay, K06D J, I believe it is. Yeah, DGJ. Boy, that's a tongue twister. Good evening to you. Can't remember the Bozo number, so give us your call sign again and name and the Bozo number if you would a couple of times. Over.
Kilo Oscar 6, Delta Golf Juliet. The name on this end is John. Juliet Oscar Hotel November. My Bozo number is 1145. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, John. Very good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, good signal. Very nice signal. Boy, you've really improved your signal. Maybe it's just band conditions tonight, but the other day we struggled with you, and I'm not even pointed quite at you here over in your East Bay location, but boy, you're loud tonight, so you must have made some changes. Anyway, hang on a second. Let me get it around the group here. There's 2 or 3 of us in here. Frank, go ahead. W6BBS, K6MYC.
Okay, 6MYC in the net. Good evening from W6BBS in DMO7, Course Gold, California. I am a tired camper. Interesting day, Mike. I ended up meeting twin sisters. And these twin sisters got married back in, I guess, in the 60s and or somewhere around in there. And as it happened, both their husbands worked for, I believe it was Lockheed. And so they spent their careers, all 4 of them, working in that industry in the airline or aerospace industry or whatever they're calling it these days. Anyhow, they retired up here. They bought 2 properties about a mile apart from each other up here. And while I was putting in one fire break, the other brother and sister or brother-in-law and sister showed up, met them, and the subject of solar got mentioned, and I told them about us. So we ended up in a 3-hour conversation about solar and all that stuff, and I pointed them where we're going. And so anyways, long story short, the brother or the other sister now wants her fire break put in on her place a mile down the road, and I didn't think there was any fires at your place, so I've got that booked for tomorrow. Over.
Yeah, okay, no problem. There's one thing pending here. What was it we were going to have Frank do? One little thing that he was going to help us with. Must be very important, Frank. Oh, well, it was probably, we did talk about Matt about taking the damaged inverter in, but I know we haven't got that off the wall yet, but that's in queue, but probably we'll have to wait till after Wednesday because of Judy's operation on her cataract, for her cataracts on Wednesday. That'll be a non-day for me. You're welcome to come here and work, but I won't be able to be here. So what the hell was it that we wanted Frank for? Something. Oh, I know what it was. I can't get the pool. You know, you've got the little controller on the new pool pump that you put in, but it's a different one than the old one, and I can't get it to go into manual. What's the trick to get it to go into manual? Do you know what button to push?
Yeah, it's the exact same button in the exact same place. It was called Quick Clean, and it's the same button, the same place, and it worked the first time I tested it. I haven't messed with it since.
Okay, well, I pushed everything that would click. There's about 4 buttons, and it's not in the same. Well, it might be more or less in the same place, but maybe I turned something off. I don't know. I pushed everything that clicked on there, and nothing happened on any of them.
Okay, well, you got to remember something. This is a variable speed drive, and so, and this one maybe just reacts a little different. It maybe doesn't hit as hard. When you hit that quick clean button, you got to give it a few seconds, and then it ramps up real slow initially and whatnot. Over.
I know. That's the same as the other one, maybe even slower. I gave it about 5 rounds of tries. Over.
Yeah, okay, well, you know, maybe something's locked in it or something. Who knows what you might have done, but I can take a look at it.
Well, I'll have Judy look at it in the morning. We didn't get to it today, but that's what we were going to have you look at it. But I can't see it, of course, but she can probably see the words Quick Clean with a flashlight tomorrow. We'll see if we can get it to work. It's not imperative. We had a dog that came over. Our neighbor's dog came in, and he went swimming, and he was very dirty and left a lot of mud in the on the step at the other end of the pool. And we were just going to run the quick clean and help it clean up a little bit. But by the time we were done swimming, you couldn't even tell he was in there, as you would guess. So it's just a minor thing, and I chlorinated the pool heavily anyway, so everything's okay. I just was frustrated when I couldn't get it to come up. No, and I was about to call you, but I thought, well, hell with it. It isn't worth it for today. So much for that. Find on everything with your neighbors there and all that sounds good. And we'll see you when we see, well, we won't see you Wednesday unless we get home in time before you leave. W6BBS in the group, K6MYC.
Okay, very good. Judy, pay attention to what I'm going to say because it'll take your eyes to do this. I've been thinking while you're talking, Mikey, and if you're punching multiple buttons, there's a possibility that you've got it locked in a pause mode and you have to get it to resume, and then it'll go back to normal. So, Judy, as you look down at that panel, when you walk in there and like sit on that, I always sit on that little bucket sitting there, and as you're looking at it, on the bottom side, bottom row to the far right, that button there is the quick clean button. Now the button right above it, so it's the far right button on the top there, that button is the stop resume button. So if you go out and look at that panel and it doesn't look normal where it normally does, where it's just flashing back and forth with the time, and then we're going to run at 9 o'clock, then the time that display just flashes back and forth, you can always try hitting that stop resume once in case it's locked into a pause mode, because that's what it'll do there. Otherwise, the way that works is, like I said, the bottom right button is quick clean. You just hit that button one time and just leave it sitting, and it should take off. Hope you guys got that and it helps. Otherwise, I will look at see what's going on when I get there. K6MYC in the net, W6BBS.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know, I looked at the display, but I don't see real good. But I didn't see much of a display today. It looked as I slightly blue, but I didn't even know if there was some writing on it. So maybe there's something else haywire. Anyway, she'll look at it in the morning, and we'll go from there. If it's supposed to show something on the screen that's showing time, and then what else?
Well, it flashes between when the next timer is going to run. It'll just pop up, timer run, going to run at 9 a.m., and flash back and forth. And that screen, Mike, is it is an LCD screen, and it's kind of a grayscale. And while it does have a backlight that comes on, I would not expect you, with your eyes, to see that color pattern. You're not going to see anything on it at all, I don't believe.
Isn't that nice of them to make a screen you can't read, even in the dark? Okay, very good, thanks. Now let's get on with the other guys here. Let's see. We've got you, John, and Q. There was somebody else before John. Who was that? K6MYC? Okay, well, let's go over to you, John, and then we'll get into the Bay Area here. KO6DHJ. I think it is Delta Hotel Juliet, K6MYC. And I'll remember John now that the last letter of your call sign is also J for John. Go ahead.
No, roger that. It's KO6DGJ. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm getting used to the call sign now.
Okay. Well, it's okay. It's just a tongue twister, and it's also a very long call on CW, but you may not be a CW operator, but not to worry. When you put a bunch of those letters together like D, G, J, they all sound the same. So you're Delta Golf Juliet or some other phonetic, you might want to think of a clever little thing. Like my call is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, and I also call myself Kilowatt 6 Many Young Chicks. Over.
Oh, many young chicks. That's funny. Wow. You know, it's one of those things that, for me, for the longest time, it was kind of hard for me to get used to it. Now it's really easy, and I was thinking of getting a vanity call sign, but I'm all right with this one.
Oh, if you like it, you like it. I haven't changed my call since 56. Oh, mine was given to me by a couple of ham buddies when we were all 19, 20 years old. You know, one of the guys came up with many young chicks, and of course it stuck at that age. Hi. Okay, 7-3, John, thanks so much for checking in here on 6, and I'll take a standby and see if there's anybody else. I think I should hear in this direction. We should be pretty close to N6 Radio Oakley, N6RO there in Oakley, California. 7-3, John, K6MYC, bye for any other breakers.
I think you were talking to Phil there a minute there, Mike.
WB6GGY.
Oh.
So 884.
Yeah, that's the one I was waiting for, Phil. I'm sorry about that. There's 2 or 3 others that checked in with you, and I heard you, Rob. WB6GGY 884. I think Judy's got you in there. Good evening, Phil. Sorry I didn't make it again this morning. We overslept again, damn it.
Hey, not a problem. It is a hobby, so no rules, no penalties for being late. WB6GGY. Anyway, have a great evening, and hello to Judy there, and we'll talk to you fine folks later. WB6GGY, getting out of the way.
Okay, well, tell Barbara Judy's still trying to think of the name of the company that used to bring meals up to them. She's got it somewhere, and she'll get it. We'll get it up to Barbara. But the other one that you might look at, what was the name I had? What's that other oven? Something starts with a C? I can't remember now. It's on Fox all the time. They advertise it, shows the oven. You get an oven, and then they send the meals to you with a little, each meal that comes with a little ticket that you stick in the oven, and it tells the oven how to cook it and so on. It starts with a C, but I can't remember what it is now. But that looked like an interesting thing, too. So we're looking at the same thing you are to kind of ease the cooking burden on our ladies over.
Right, you are. Exactly what we're trying to do. Okay, you and Judy have a fantastic evening, and we'll talk to you folks. B6GGY, and Barbara heard. I turned the volume up, and she heard you. WB6GGY.
Okay, very good. Good evening to you, Barbara.
Hi to Barbara.
Okay, there you go. All right. We heard another breaker in here that came in, and Rob, did you want to say something before I pick up the other breaker? Maybe you were going to tell me who it was. Go ahead, Rob.
No, I didn't hear him. I'm not hearing so good on 6 tonight anyway. KM6SR, standing by.
Wow, because I'm hearing everybody. Okay, the other breaker, and then we'll get over into the Bay Area. K6MYC, Bozo Net. Somebody called in and said something, but maybe you've already checked in. Maybe it was just a side comment. K6MYC, taking check-ins. 6-meter Bozo Net.
KC5, BTU.
Okay, off the backside, we'll take you, Kerry. Good evening. Not real strong off the bat, but we got good copy. We were talking about you today. We haven't had a chance. Been kind of busy on the computer. We're making some headway, and I won't go into all the details, but we did some things today, and things happened over the last couple of days that have solidified some of the things that we're working on, but we just didn't get a chance to read any of your emails lately, particularly with the convention coming up. It's hard to say when they're going to sneak in this bait and switch. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, though, at this point. What do you think?
Oh, boy, all Hades is going to break loose there, and I'll tell you about it on the landline, but exciting things are going to go there. Anyhow, good to hear you, Mike, and hello, Judy, and I'll let you get done with the Bay Area, and I'll be in contact.
Yeah, give me a call tonight if you want after the net, probably. You may want to watch the Biden Stumble City speech that he's going to give here at 9 o'clock, if it even comes off. But if not, then why tomorrow? What's that?
Bozo. Harry's Bozo.
Oh, 712. Wednesday we're going to be incommunicado because 8 o'clock we'll be into the doctor's office at Fresno Surgical Hospital at 8 o'clock in the morning for Judy's second cataract operation on the right eye. So we're pretty tied up with that one today, on that day. And then I'll be going with my driver over to Harbor Freight, picking up some stuff that I'm needing. And Thursday may be a jumbled up day as well, but we'll probably be home on Thursday, I think. Anyway, tomorrow's a good day to call, though. So if you want to give me a jingle sometime in the morning, that'll be great. And look forward to your call, and maybe by that time things will have come loose from the pins there. It's sure difficult to watch it. I have a tendency to want to gag a lot over.
Yeah, I think I double with you. Say again.
I said I'm having having a lot of trouble not gagging on some of the speeches, over.
Well, I tell you, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but something is coming, something big.
Okay. Well, it's interesting to watch anyway. We'll see what goes there. It's just they are. I feel sorry for a lot of people, not the people that are speaking, because they're deluded in their own right, and we'll never get them right. You know, you can't fix that mode. But the people that are in the stands and the attendees and all the cheering madness and all the rest of that, you just feel sorry for these people because they're so deluded. They're so unaware of what really is going on. They don't know that they're trying to put communists in office here. They have no idea how bad it is. What's that? Yeah, I hear him out there. We got our cat out here. Abby's out here making noise. He got a little dinner, but he didn't get much, so we may want to feed him with the balance of it later. All right.
I'm going to go listen TV.
You going to watch TV? Is it 9 o'clock? Almost 9. Okay, well, we're just about done. Let me get to the Bay Area, and then we're just about done here. 7-3, Kerry, thanks much, and thanks. We'll look forward to hearing from you. K6, KC5DTU, K6MYC.
Roger, Mike. Talk to you later. KC5DTU.
AD6W.
AD6W, okay, Larry. AD6W off the back of the beam down there in, I'm going to say Porterville, but I don't think you're in Porterville. He's down that way somewhere. Anyway, I can't remember. I think it's 1146, but give us your Bozo number, Larry, over.
Yeah, that's correct. 1146. AD6W.
Okay, and how are you doing down there tonight?
Fine. You're getting a little weaker as things are changing here, so I thought I'd get my number in there. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, well, I'm pointed north, so I'm not pointed at you. That's why it's down a little bit. We'll be in your direction in just a few minutes, but 73, thanks very much for checking in. Again, as always, Larry, AD6 Whiskey, K6MYC. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, who else do we have? How about N6RO? How about you? Ken, N6RO. Are you done with that ahi?
You know, I could be misremembering, but didn't he say something about skipping tonight?
Oh, he was in here earlier. He said he'd see you on 6.
Oh, okay. Well, that shows how much I get for trying to pay attention.
Yeah. Okay. No, he should be here. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Yeah, maybe he'll catch me in the Bay Area. Okay. Bay Area, let me get down to the Bay Area here. Just a little bit more on the rotator here. Bay Area coming up. Bay Area. Down into the Bay Area. Come on, rotator. Let's go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, Bay Area, Bozo Net, 6 meters, K6MYC, over.
N5 NPD, 1129.
Okay, 2 of you. N5 NPD. Stand by a second, Brett. You're very loud. Who was the other one? Who was the other caller?
Why?
I double with you. You're not quick enough on the uptake there. Try it again, please.
K6USY.
Oh, okay, 6USY. And you have your cohort there, 1100 as well?
Yep, yeah, 1079 and Bozo 1100. K6USY DMO6.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Anything particular, or should I just keep going?
Nothing at the moment. Just working on packing up some radio stuff for the trip, so I'll be here listening. Thanks, Mike. K6USY.
Okay, very good. Okay, Brad, over to you. N5NPD. I think that's 1129, right?
Roger, Roger, 1129. Good evening to you, Mike and Judy. Just a real quick here. Yeah, I got to go inside. I got to get up early in the morning, so. Yep, sounding good over here, of course, as always. I was listening the whole time, so I'll send it back over to you.
Okay, very good. And we had a nice chat with Merle tonight. He's got his system working quite well now, and he's having a lot of fun with 6 meters, and I guess you guys are having a lot of fun on 20, working HFDX and stuff. So there you go. Thanks for checking in, Brett. I'm going to try and get through the Bay Area. We want to get out of here by 9 o'clock if we can to begin to, if they're on schedule, that's about when Biden's farewell speech is going to begin. And I'm not a Biden fan, but I'm going to be interested in hearing what he has to say. 73, N5NPD, K6MYC.
73, have a good evening.
Thank you. Bay Area, K6MYC, 6 meters.
AB6SR, 807.
807, got you. Stan, Alpha Bravo 6 Sugar Radio. Good evening to you in Los Gatos there, over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. I heard Frank a little earlier talking to Judy. Good evening, Judy. Frank was coming in almost as loud as you tonight, so BBS has a good signal on 6 meters coming up here. I won't keep you because I know you want to get away before 9 o'clock and talk to everyone else. 82 here today, a reasonable day. I think it's going to be hotter tomorrow, but didn't do much. Working indoors most of the time. Anyway, that's it for me. K6MYC, AB6SR 807.
Okay, very good, Stan. And of course, we'll look for you on Wednesday. If tomorrow night is 1296, and I know we won't hear you there, but we'll be pointing toward you. One of these days, maybe we'll even hear you on 1296. You don't have a 9700, do you?
Yes, I do.
BBS.
I do, and I've only used it on 2 meters.
Well, for heaven's sakes, you're wasting all the money you paid for it if you don't put it on 1296, you know.
Yeah, one of these days.
Okay. Well, open up that old moldy wallet, and we got some nice antennas. I think a 23CM22 would be up your alley. It's rear mount. It's about 5 feet long. It weighs about 1.5 pounds. It's real light on your mast, and it's got 17 dB of real gain, so it would do a super job. I talked to KT2G with half of that antenna up there in his Los Altos location. And the way you come in here on the other bands, I'm sure we have your 10 watts in here, no problem, on 1296. So it'll be good to get you in here one of these days when you get done with all your garden projects. AB6SR for your final K6MYC.
W6BBS.
Yeah, okay, Mike. I'd probably take you up on that. One of these days we'll talk some more about the exact number because I don't have a pen and pencil here, but I can always go to your website and have a look at the 23-centimeter antennas there. Anyway, wish you well tonight. Somebody else was on just a moment ago, so that's it from me. K6MYC.
Okay, well, listen up. I think Frank's got something for you, Stan. And just remember 2 letters, Echo Zulu. It stands for Easy Assembly. The elements are stamped out, and all you have to do is lay them on the boom and put the screws through, so it's a real easy assembly, and that's why it's easy. 23 centimeters is the band, and 22 elements is for the number of elements. And but all you have to remember is when you look at the catalog on 1296 page, look for the EZ. It's the only EZ on there. Echo Zulu standing for EASY. Go ahead, Frank.
AB6SR, W6BBS. Top of the evening to you, Stan. Yeah, I heard your comments there, and I just thought I would say good evening to you. You're running about an S7 into here tonight, and one difference is, prior to this, until recently, I wasn't running any big amps in here, and I'm currently putting out about 1,400 watts on this band, so that probably improved my signal a little bit. Stan, go ahead.
Yeah, lovely signal here, Frank. Wonderful signal. At that time, you were about the same strength as Mike, and your intelligibility is superb. Superb signal, wonderfully easy to read. So leave it at that, and I'll clear the channel for you. Talk to you again sometime. BBS, AB6SR clear.
All right, good night, Stan. W6BBS, back to net.
Right, very good. Thanks, Stan. 7-3. We'll see you on Wednesday. Maybe one of these days we'll see you on Tuesday as well, over.
Yes, hope so. Will do. I do have the money, don't worry.
Yeah, well, it's just a shame to waste the band and not have it. You'll find it to be quite an interesting band, and when PQL gets back, it's quite lively in your area. Over there, there's about 5 or 6 people on to 1296 over there that you could chat with locally and make tests and so on. And one of these days, when all things are finished, we'll have a beacon on. Frank's got the beacons running over here on 2 meters, 432, and 2 meters. What is it, Frank? 2 and you're on 3 bands, aren't you?
No, we don't. We're waiting for Ken's working on the 220 inverter that was, transverter that was donated. We're up on 2 meters, and we're on 432. All bands will be on the same frequency. So it's 144. I forgot what 275, 144.275, 432.475, 275, I cannot talk tonight. But anyways, and right now those repeaters just went on 24 hours a day. I've been running them only during the day, but they're now running 24 hours a day, and we're going to add 432 and 1296 as we move along, Stan.
Yeah, okay, Frank. You're almost at 9 here. You're a little bit stronger than Mike tonight. Can't believe it. So you're doing well with that 1,400 watts. Okay, I'll stay clear of the channel now.
Okay, 7-3, Stan. Okay, Bay Area. Anybody else for 6-meter Bozo Net? K6MYC. Bay Area, Bay Area.
WA6LIE.
Okay, hi there, Scott. Give us your Bozo number, Scott.
Very good evening, Mike and Judy, excuse me. The Bozo number is 618, and I guess that's about time you go off and watch some TV there, Mike. WA6LIE, good evening.
We want to get out of here, so we're finishing you up. Now listen for KW6S. Thank you, Scott. Thanks for the check-in. And we'll do this very quick. What?
How is Scott?
Judy wants to know how you're doing. Are you still having a feeling like you're on a recovery path? Over.
Yeah, we're still doing the recovery thing. It's going to be a while. So 1 week at a time. Thanks, Judy.
Okay, very good. I know it takes time. Yeah, the stroke thing sometimes takes quite a while to get through some of the little issues here. All right, thanks, Scott. KW6 Sugar, Tom, are you still in here tonight? KW6S, over. Anybody else for the Bozo Net before we close her down tonight? K6MYC. You didn't never hear anything from KB6RQU, Frank, Rob?
No, not yet. I can go make a quick one again down there and see.
Go ahead. I'll stand by. Judy's going to go back in the other room there. Go ahead, Judy, and I'll fill you in later. 18. Okay, we got 18 so far. Go ahead, and we'll sit here, and I can't rotate. I got a cat plastering me to the chair here.
Okay, I'm rotating down there, and I'll count and see what I got for a count. Not very many tonight, so that sounds pretty close.
I'm surprised LOL wasn't in here.
Yeah, he likes 6 meters normally.
Yeah. Well, he was all excited yesterday when he called me on the phone. He said he'd be calling me on the phone, and he was feeling much better, and everything was on the mend, and I thought he'd be checking in more often, but maybe he's moon bouncing because the moon's in the right place.
Yep, that's probably it. I know he loves that moon bounce. Okay, I'm down there towards Lake Isabella. KB6RQU. Rick, you on tonight for the 6-meter Bozo Net? KM6SR with K6MYC. Standing by. KB6RQU, KM6SRR. I'm not hearing the mic.
Okay. Let's see, is there any other check-ins for the Bozo Net here on 6 meters tonight before we go QRT? K6MYC, Central California, Delta Mike 07, Delta Bravo. N6 Radio Oscar, we got you. You want to write down 835, Judy, real quick, line? Okay, we got you, Ken. 835, we got you. We're going to go clear and watch whatever's popping on the TV here. Thanks for popping in. Hope you enjoyed your ahi. N6 Radio Oscar. See you tomorrow on 1296 K6MYC.
Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, I've recorded all the programming, so I'll be up all night watching it, as I usually do. Have a good evening, N6RO.
Okay, take care. We'll see you tomorrow. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Anybody else before we close the net? I guess not. We're out of here. 73. Thanks all. See you later. K6MYC QRT.
K6MYC, KM6SR. 73, Mike.
73, Rob.
Good night, Rob. W6BBS going down.
Okay, Frank. Don't go too far down. We need you there tomorrow. W6BBS, KM6SRR, 73.
Those underground signals from hell are hard to get.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I don't know. I just don't have an answer. I'm too tired, guys. I can't even talk straight. Catch you all later. W6BBS.
73.